So the big tax question is this: how do wealthy people keep their money working for them when selling their business, real estate, or other highly appreciated assets without paying hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in tax? What if we, as business and real estate owners who have poured blood, sweat, and tears to growing our wealth, and who didn't hire expensive tax attorneys and CPAs to map out an exit strategy, knew their secrets? Instead of recreating the wheel, why can't we just model the way they deferred 30 to 50% in tax, paid off debt, funded their next business dream, and most importantly, leave a financial legacy to give to the causes we believe in most? What if their secrets weren't complicated at all, and you just need a guide who is a few steps ahead of you? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brett Swarts, and welcome to Capital Gains Tax Solutions.
Welcome to the Building to Millions podcast, where we guide successful entrepreneurs and investors on their journey from millions to billions. We believe the key to scaling and compounding your wealth and life starts every single day with the mindset and practice of stewardship over ownership and applying billionaire biblical principles. Our ultimate goal is to help you scale and compound your wealth and life so you can give more or all of it away to help MVPs. My name is Brett Swarts. Each and every episode, we're joined by the world's top millionaires, billionaires, and or entrepreneurs, where they share their secrets and insights with us so we can all level up and make a bigger impact. I'm excited about our next guest. He is the author of The $1 Million Decision: Get Out of the Rigid Game of Investing and Add $1 million to Your Net Worth. And he's going to be, he's an international best-selling author, and he's going to be teaching us about this $1 million decision. He helps business owners and business professionals outperform the best Wall Street experts without short-term trading and without taking excessive risks, and so much more. Please welcome to the show with me, Robert Rolih. Robert, how are we doing?
I'm great. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. For our listeners to get to know for the first time, would you give us just a little bit more about your story and your current focus?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. I was born and raised in a very small country, Slovenia. This is a country just near Italy and Austria, and when I was growing up, it was still a part of the communist bloc. And my parents were always poor as a church mice, and we never had money. So that is why I always dreamt about becoming someone, becoming wealthy. And when I was a student, the opportunity presented itself, and I started my own business. And after years and years and years, like 5 years of doing business, it became very profitable. And at that time, I knew that I should invest a part of the money that I'm making, but I didn't know how. I was totally financially illiterate. So I trusted financial advisors and gurus and money managers. And after years and years and years of investing with them, I had a very interesting conversation with my wife, Sarah. And she said, okay, I know that you trust these guys, but maybe why don't you just check what is happening with all these investments? So I ordered all these account statements. And when the envelopes arrived, it was like, what? Are there some zeros missing? Money that I worked hard to earn was mostly gone. And that was the low point of my life. I was totally depressed. I lost my motivation to work. It was really a terrible time. But at that time, I was very lucky. You know, I was working also with Brian Tracy, a very famous public speaker and author. He is teaching, you know, he's consulting about personal growth and personal achievement and business success. And we organized a couple of events with him in my home country. And we already had signed an agreement with him for our third event together. And after that event, I asked him if we can go to dinner together because I had these financial problems. And at this dinner, I told him all about my problems. And then he said something that totally changed my life. Robert, it doesn't matter how much you earn. All that matters is if you have the skills to manage your money and to invest it. And at that moment, I realized I don't have these skills. I blindly trust the financial industry. So I made perhaps the most important decision of my life. I will become one of the most financially literate people in this world, no matter what. And that was the start of my financial journey. That was the start when I started to read financial books. I started to attend different events. I talked with a lot of financial industry insiders. And I finally was able to invest on my own without the help of financial advisors, money managers, and the financial industry. And I became very successful at doing that. And then, after years of investing on my own very successfully, I started to realize that most people, most busy professionals out there, they have the same problem that I had in my career. They trust their financial advisors, they trust the financial industry. And that is why I decided to become a financial educator, investing educator. And now, I wrote the book. I have a lot of seminars all around the world, webinars, different events. I even shared the stage recently a couple of times with Robert Kiyosaki and so on. So it has been an amazing journey.
Awesome. I love it. Robert Rolih, everybody, spelled R-O-L-I-H. You can go to robertrolih.com. So let's dive right into the topic at hand, which is the $1 million decision. So what is the $1 million decision, and what is the secret to making the right decision?
Yeah, it's a great question. So what is the core message of the $1 million decision? Small fees you pay when investing can lead to big financial problems. In the book, I show how a regular investor, someone investing just maybe $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 per year, can lose over $1 million by the time they retire. Now, why? Because of the hidden fees. Because of these management fees and different kinds of fees that the financial industry is charging. And we might think that these fees are small fees, just 1% per year or 2% per year. But these fees compound over time. And in the long run, they can destroy your investment returns. And this is the core message, that a regular investor can lose a ton of money if he doesn't or she doesn't know the right details.
Okay, that's good. Okay, excellent. That makes sense. That's pretty clear. And what's the number two secret to make it to the $1 million decision, and how to make sure you're making the right decision?
Yeah, so first you need to make some money, and then you can invest. I always tell people, that if you cannot save a substantial amount every month or every quarter or year, then your core focus should be earning more money, increasing your income, and not investing. So first, you need to increase your income, and only later you can start to invest when you have some serious money to invest. Now, serious money, of course, this doesn't mean millions, but it can mean, if you can invest like $50 per year per month, it will not be enough. It will take 187 years to reach some kind of financial freedom or whatever. So you need to first be able to increase your income, to widen the gap between your income and your expenses, so you can invest more. And then when you can invest more, then the game of investing becomes really interesting and fun.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So then to make sure you can, you're focused on earning, right? And then saving, and then investing, and going in that order, and not getting those mixed up. Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense. What's the next step to the $1 million decision and making sure that we're making the right one?
Everything that you do should be simple. The financial industry is trying to convince us that investing is very complex, that you need to follow the financial news, you need to follow 20 different experts, and so on. And nothing could be further from the truth. Why? Because simplicity is the key to financial success, to investing success. For example, let me give you a very simple example. My wife, Sarah, she is investing in one financial product, And this is one low-cost ETF. ETFs are big baskets of stocks, and you invest in ETFs that have very, very, very small fees. So, for example, compared to mutual funds, ETFs have maybe 10 times or even 20 times lower fees, and this means that you can keep the lion's share of all the future returns that the stock market gives you. So my wife is simply investing in one global ETF. This is a basket of big global companies, mostly the US companies, of course. And she's outperforming 95% of investors by just doing that, because she's investing in a broad basket of stocks, successful companies, and she's doing that with the lowest possible costs. And that's it, So her results versus Warren Buffett's results, she's outperforming Warren Buffett easily, in the last 2 decades, because Warren Buffett is not outperforming the stock indexes, in the last period of time. So yeah, investing is simple. It's the financial industry that is working hard to make it complex.
Okay, that making sense. So Robert Rolih, everybody, ROLIH, robertrolih.com to learn more and to check out the book that he has, which is the $1 Million Decision. So keep going here. What's the next kind of aha moment when it comes to the $1 Million Decision, getting out of the game of rigid game of investing and add $1 million to your net worth?
So one thing that I urge investors not to do is short-term trading. A lot of people, a lot of investors are trying to get rich quick by short-term trading, by getting in and out of the markets all the time, by following the news closely, by messing with their portfolio every day, and so on. So this is something that will wreck you financially, because short-term trading is only a game where only the professionals are winning. Only people who have decades of experience and are very good at this swing trading or day trading or whatever, only a few of them are winning this game and everybody else is losing. And of course the brokers, stock brokers and forex brokers and so on, they are very happy, because if you are trading all the time, you spend a lot of money with them through commissions and fees. So yeah, one thing that you should delete from your investment repertoire is short-term trading. Is short-term trading. This is something that is the game that you cannot win. I recently read a very interesting analysis where they found out that playing or visiting casino can be more profitable than short-term trading. And we all know that when you go to casino frequently, the house always wins. You cannot win the casino in the casino if you are regularly going there. So yeah, short-term trading is even worse.
Okay, got it. All right, that's very helpful. Okay, excellent. So do you recommend, or is your education centered around not using a financial advisor for any purposes, or just being very selective, or you just no financial advisor ever? Like, walk us through that mindset and help people to get there if they're still like kind of stuck, like, I feel like I need that financial advisor.
Yeah. So the core of my philosophy is that you don't need a financial advisor. There is basically zero reasons why you should hire a financial advisor, because you can learn everything that you need that you need in order to be a successful investor by just reading a couple of books, by just attending a couple of events, maybe online events that are basically free. For example, I also run a free 90-minute masterclass where I teach about everything that you need to know for successful long-term investing and so on. So you just need to learn a couple of important details, and then you don't need financial advisors, because financial advisors cost money. And like I said, these small fees that they are charging, over the long run, they compound. And that is how they are becoming richer and you are becoming poorer. So my philosophy is that you don't need financial advisor. Like I said, my wife, she doesn't need financial advisor to regularly invest in a simple global ETF. Why would you need a financial advisor to do that? And she's outperforming 95% plus in investors, and that's it.
Good, excellent. Oh, great. Thank you for sharing. We got clarity on that. That makes sense. When it comes to tax, right, and people that are exiting large assets here in the U.S., right? I don't know if you have clients in the U.S. They have large capital gains tax, right? And they're stuck between wanting to diversify into like an ETF, but they're stuck in a big real estate or a big position in Bitcoin or a big position in a business, right? And they want to diversify, but if they sell, they're going to get hit with this tax, right? And so talk about the pain of capital gains tax and what would be a good solution to be able to defer that and invest it.
Yeah, of course. You have some pension wrappers like 401k and so on that you can use. And also, whenever you are investing your money, you should have this long time perspective. You should think in decades and not in years. You should not be getting in and out of the markets regularly, because of course this triggers all the taxes. So. Having long-term perspective, using pension wrappers whenever it's possible, these are basically two simple strategies that you can use.
Okay, very helpful. Thank you, Robert. We have a strategy we use to help people exit businesses, Bitcoin, real estate, stock, diversify, and then they can put it into ETFs. And all tax deferred, works for large businesses, large real estate, large Bitcoin, large stock, $1 million plus exits. So for anyone's listening out there and you have a massive exit and you want to defer tax and you're subject to U.S. capital gains tax, we would encourage you to go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. Life's too short to not sell those assets at a good price, defer tax and diversify for cash flow. Go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. Okay, Robert, what haven't I asked you about the book that you want to make sure that I ask you, that you want to kind of, some wisdom you want to share with us?
Yeah, maybe one strategy that I'm talking about a lot in the book is my financial success formula. This is a very, very interesting philosophy about personal finance. And financial success formula talks about two sets of skills that you need to have in order to be financially successful. So first, you need money-making skills. So these are the skills where that help you make a lot of money. And then you have investing skills. And you need to have both sets of skills in order to be financially successful. Now, why? Because if you only have, for example, money-making skills, you can easily go broke. For example, Mike Tyson or Boris Becker, famous tennis player, they went bankrupt. Why? They were good at making money, but they were terrible at investing money. So, for example, Boris Becker invested in all sorts of opportunities that he didn't understand. For example, some Nigerian oil companies and stuff like this, and all that proved to be scams. And he lost a lot of money. And I think 6 or 7 years ago, he went into personal bankruptcy because of that. So only money-making skills are not enough. And only investing skills are also not enough, because if you are only very good at investing money, but you don't have a lot of money to invest, then of course, like I said earlier, it will take you 150 years to create something. So you need both sets of skills to be financially successful. And when it comes to money-making skills, you need to be very aggressive, learning all the time, risking a bit, all the time, getting into some maybe business opportunities and stuff like this, So you need to be very aggressive when it comes to money making. But when it comes to investing, you should be very, very conservative. You should be very risk averse, because if you are trying to get rich overnight, then of course most people lose all their money trying to do that. So yeah, this is a core philosophy that I really like, and it helped me a lot in my career. And that is why I also included it in the book.
What are the top questions to ask for due diligence on an investment? What are kind of your go-to if someone's presenting an investment or a business opportunity or real estate opportunity?
Yeah, the good thing is that today we all have ChatGPT, we all have these AI tools. So one good strategy is that when somebody presents you certain investment opportunity, simply explain this, ask ChatGPT, say, can you please give me an assessment and risks about this investment, and explain what is being offered to you. And ChatGPT will basically use all the knowledge online, basically all the human knowledge, to answer you this question. So right now there are no excuses. If somebody offers you some kind of investment opportunity, simply put that into ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever you are using, and you will avoid 99% of scams and shady offers.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great. Excellent. Speaking with Robert Rolih, everybody. Robert Rolih. Go to robertrolih.com, ROLIH.com, robertrolih.com. Excellent. Running out of time. Robert, are you ready for the lightning round?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Knowing what you know now, if you could go back to your 20-year-old self, what's the one golden nugget make sure to tell yourself to do?
Don't go into short-term trading. When I was young, I tried all sorts of get rich quick schemes and stuff like this. I lost a lot of money. Oh my God. So yeah, I definitely would say to myself, don't do any short-term stuff. Don't go into any get-rich quick opportunities and stuff like this, because you will just lose your money.
Okay, got it. Question number 2. What is the number one book you've recommended the most in the past year?
The Psychology of Money. It's an amazing book about money, money principles, about also investing. So The Psychology of Money. Morgan Housel, I think it's the author. But if you just put The Psychology of Money into Google, it will find it for you.
Excellent. Question number 3. What are you most curious about right now?
Curious about?
Yeah, what are you most curious about right now?
Okay. Right now, I'm the most curious about the U.S. policies. What is the end game? Because a lot of crazy stuff is going on around the world, and it's hard to understand the strategies behind everything. So yeah, I'm trying to understand what is happening in the world, but it's not easy.
Nice. Excuse me. Excellent. Next question. What's your number one leadership quote or theme that you strive to live by?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. What's the number one leadership quote or theme that you strive to live by?
Brian Tracy, my mentor and my good friend, he said, luck is very predictable. If you want more luck, you need to take more chances. You need to show up more often. You need to be more active. And that is a big truth in life, So luck is not something esoteric. It's not something in the that only happens to the lucky ones. But you can basically challenge luck. You can push, and you can receive a lot of luck if you are very active, if you try more things, if you show up more often.
Amazing. Second to last question. Top way that you're using AI. Like, what's the number one way that you're using it in your go-to tool?
Yeah, definitely writing Facebook posts or social media posts, writing articles. I I don't like AI to write the whole thing for me, but I give AI tools very specific instructions how to structure my articles, how to structure my posts, which metaphors to use, which stories to use, and so on. So I give AI tools a very good, let's say, outline of what I wanted to say, and then they do the rest. And it's an amazing way to write an amazing content, because the problem is that if you just say, write me this article about this and this topic, it will give you something general, and everybody will know that it's ChatGPT created. So you need to give more instructions. You need to tell AI how to structure things and what to include, and then it can really help you, writing unique content.
That's fantastic. I love that. Last question. After all your success helping all the people you've helped, what's the best way that you stay centered in your values, Robert, and stay encouraged to charge forward and reach new heights?
Yeah, I'm constantly learning. I'm always hungry for new knowledge, and I'm always trying to be world class, and to provide my members or clients with the best possible courses and content and instructions and strategies and so on.
Awesome. Well, Robert, I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to encourage you to keep using your gifts and talents to help people make great decisions with their wealth, and including $1 million decisions. For our listeners who want to get in touch with you, one last time, what's the best place for them to find you?
So my name and last name.com. It's a very simple, Robert Rolih, ROLIH.com. And on the website you will also see that you can register for my free 90-minute masterclass, where I talk about how to invest in the age of artificial intelligence and excessive money printing. So it's an amazing event.
Fantastic. Robert Rolih, everybody. Check him out. Robert Rolih, ROLIH. RobertRolih.com. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. And I also want to thank all of our listeners and viewers out there for watching or listening to another episode of the Billions Podcast. We're also streaming on Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast and YouTube channels. Hey, we're on this journey with you to scale from millions to billions, so we can give more of all of it away to help MVPs. My name is Brett Swarts. I want to encourage you to take action. If you have a large exit, $1 million plus exit coming up, you have $1 million decision to make. You can pay some taxes if it has a lot of gain, or you can defer those taxes, and we want to help you defer those taxes by going to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. Get a solution for your capital gains tax, not having to use a 1031 exchange, be able to diversify your wealth, perhaps into that ETF that Robert keeps talking about. Diversify, get cash flow, works for Bitcoin, businesses, real estate. You can also eliminate the estate tax if you're ultra high net worth. Just go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com and check out the book we wrote with Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank as one of the authors in the book as well, Building a Capital Gains Tax Exit Plan. We appreciate everyone listening out there, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Bye now.
You have just listened to another information-packed episode of Capital Gains Tax Solutions with Brett Swarts. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found it helpful. Visit capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to access the show notes and to access more resources. Don't forget to leave a review and join us again next time.